All right, everybody, welcome back. We're going to be diving into something today that honestly sounds pretty futuristic.
Yeah, really.
AI in fencing. We hear all this stuff these days about AI and self-driving cars and,
Hmm.
those algorithms that seem to know what we want to buy before we do.
Hmm.
But AI in fencing. So USA Fencing is actually looking into how AI can kind of shake things up.
Yeah, they are.
And we've got this paper here that really breaks it down into four
Oops.
different key areas. So whether you're a fencer yourself or a coach or just somebody who likes watching it,
A fan.
we're going to explore how AI could really change the game. So what do you think? Pretty wild, huh?
It really is. And you know what's really fascinating is that they're not just like dipping their toes in the water. They actually created this whole AI innovation think tank
Wow.
to really look into this so they're not messing around.
No kidding. I'm picturing like robots taking over the scoring tables. But really, this think tank, that's serious business. So it sounds like they're really ready to use this to make USA Fencing run more smoothly, more efficiently.
Oh, yeah. And one of the big things is data analytics. So AI can crunch a ton of data, like membership numbers, participation at tournaments, even things like injury reports.
Oh.
And then they can use that to make better decisions about where to allocate resources. Maybe they see that there's a region with a lot of potential fencers, and then they decide to invest more in programs there.
That's brilliant. It's not just like a guessing game anymore.
Exactly.
They can actually use the data to figure out, where to focus their energy and their money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of like Moneyball, but for fencing.
Exactly. And then, of course, there's all the boring stuff that nobody really wants to deal with.
Yes, tell me about it.
Like scheduling tournaments, managing registrations, processing memberships, all that could be automated.
Okay.
And then the staff can focus on more, important things.
Right, the human stuff. And speaking of helping people, I think what's really cool is how AI could make the experience better for the fencers themselves.
Oh, absolutely. And one way is with personalized recommendations.
Okay.
So imagine a system that knows your fencing style, your skill level, your goals, and it can suggest things just for you.
Like what?
Like training drills that you need to work on, sparring partners who would be a good match, even competitions that are right for your level.
Wait a minute. You're telling me I could have, like, an AI coach in my pocket?
Pretty much.
That's incredible.
Hmm.
Like having a fencing master on call 247.
That's the idea.
Wow.
And especially for people who maybe don't have access to great coaching in person,
Mm-hmm.
this would really help them out.
Makes sense. And you know what else I just thought of? Chatbots. What if we had AI chatbots for fencing? You could ask them anything, like rules, equipment recommendations, even basic stuff.
Sure.
You can get an answer anytime.
Right. No matter what time it is. Imagine you're a new fencer and you have a question at like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
You don't have to wait to ask your coach. You can just ask the chatbot.
that's a great point.
Keep that momentum going.
Keep the excitement going. But you know what I'm really curious about? Tournaments. How could AI change the whole tournament experience?
Well, for starters, think about the scheduling. AI could create these dynamic schedules that adjust in real time to make things run smoothly. No more waiting around forever between bouts.
I'm already liking this.
Right.
But what about the scoring? Could AI actually help with that?
AI-assisted refereeing is a big area of research.
Really?
I know some people might be worried about robots replacing human refs.
Yeah, I can see that.
But it's not about that. It's about giving the refs an extra set of eyes
Okay.
to help them make the right call, especially when things are happening super fast.
So it's like having instant replay, but even better because it's happening live?
Wow. And if it can prevent even one bad call, I'm all for it.
For sure.
Plus, it could help with security, too, right?
Yeah, definitely. AI can keep an eye out for any funny business, make sure everyone's playing fair.
Right. So it's a level playing field for everybody.
But you know what else is really exciting to me? The whole area of training.
Every fencer wants to get better, right? So how could AI help us take our training to the next level?
Well, just imagine this.
Mm-hmm.
You're practicing your footwork, and an AI system is watching you,
Okay.
analyzing every move, your balance, your speed, everything.
Mm-hmm.
It can pick up on tiny little things that even a coach might miss.
Okay.
Like maybe you're leaning a little too far forward when you advance, or your recovery step is just a tiny bit slow.
Wow. It's like having a microscope on your technique.
And then it can suggest drills to help you work on those specific things.
So it's like a personalized training plan that evolves as you get better. It's like having a custom workout routine, but for fencing.
And what about analyzing opponents? Could AI help with that?
Oh, absolutely. Scouting is a big part of fencing.
It is.
And AI could take it to a whole new level. Imagine a system that watches videos of your opponent and figures out their style, their strengths, their weaknesses,
Okay.
even predicts what moves they like to
You're
use.
giving me chills. It's like having a secret weapon going into a bout.
That's the idea.
Wow. And what about virtual reality? Could AI create, like, VR training for fencing?
It could, absolutely. Imagine fencing against virtual opponents from all over the world, each one with their own unique style.
That sounds incredible.
It would be like having a global training partner.
I mean, sign me up. And you know what else? What about using AI for injury rehab?
Oh, that's a great idea.
Like if you're recovering from an injury,
Mm-hmm.
AI could track your movements and make sure you're not pushing yourself too hard.
Yeah, and it could help you keep your technique sharp even when you can't really fence.
That's brilliant.
And you know what else? We can't forget about the fun factor.
Right.
AI could create games and simulations to make learning more fun, especially for kids who are just starting out.
That's awesome. Make it more like a game.
But speaking of making fencing more accessible,
Yes.
let's talk about how AI can make it more inclusive for everybody.
Okay, that's important.
Think about things like AI-powered translation tools.
Oh, wow.
So fencers from different countries can understand each other, or adaptive technologies for fencers with disabilities.
That's great. So everyone has a chance to experience fencing.
It's about making the fencing community more welcoming to everyone.
I love that. And of course, we can't forget about education.
Mhm.
How could AI change the way coaches teach?
Well, imagine platforms that give coaches personalized insights about their students.
Okay.
Like maybe they show areas where a student needs more help or suggest new drills to try.
So it's like a virtual assistant for coaches.
Right. And AI could also make high-quality coaching education more accessible.
With online courses and stuff like that.
I love that.
Raise the bar for coaching everywhere.
That's fantastic.
But, even with all this amazing AI stuff, we can't forget about human expertise.
Fencing is not just about data.
No.
It's about strategy, psychology, split-second decisions, all that human stuff.
Right. And the coach is more than just a data analyst. They're a mentor, a motivator. They build relationships with their students.
That human connection is so important.
It really is. So it's about finding that balance.
Right, between the tech and the human side.
Yeah, use AI to help us, not replace us.
I think that's a perfect way to put it. And that brings us to something else we need to talk about.
What's that?
The potential downsides of AI in fencing. As excited as I am about all this, we have to be realistic. There are some challenges, some ethical things we need to think about.
So let's dive into those and see what kind of dilemmas AI might create for the future of fencing.
I mean, one of the big worries is that it could make the gap even bigger between fencers who have access to all this fancy technology and those who don't.
Yeah, that's a good point. We don't want fencing to become like, whoever has the best AI wins.
Exactly. We need to make sure that everybody has a chance to benefit from these advancements.
Right, not just the people who can afford it.
Yeah. Maybe clubs could pool their resources and buy AI training tools that everyone can use.
Yeah, or maybe there could be scholarships to help talented fencers who don't have a lot of money get access to AI coaching platforms. I mean, it's all about making sure that everybody has an equal opportunity.
Exactly. And it's not just about access to the technology itself. We also need to make sure that the algorithms that run these systems are fair.
Oh, right, like no bias.
We don't want AI to create new inequalities or reinforce old ones.
Right, that's really important. We need to make sure that AI in fencing is used to make things more equal, not less.
But, even with all the potential benefits of AI, I think there's another important question we need to ask.
What's that?
How do we make sure that we don't lose the human element of fencing?
Oh, I see what you mean, like the things that make fencing so special in the first place.
The strategy, the mental game, those split-second decisions you have to make, the emotions.
Right, you can't really program that into an algorithm.
And don't forget about the coach. They're not just there to analyze data. They're there to inspire their students, to motivate them.
Right, to build them up. That human connection is so important.
It really is. So it's about finding that balance.
Right, between using the power of AI, but also keeping the things that make fencing so unique.
The drama, the skill, the athleticism, the excitement.
And that balance might change over time as AI technology gets even more advanced.
That's true. We need to keep having this conversation as a fencing community.
Yeah.
Keep an open mind and be willing to adapt.
And make sure we're using AI to make fencing better, not worse. So, as we're thinking about all of this, I'm feeling a mix of excitement and a little bit of caution. The possibilities are incredible. But we have to be smart about how we use this technology.
I agree.
It's in our hands to shape the future of fencing.
It's not something that's just happening to us. We're all part of it.
And for all of you listening out there who are excited about the future of fencing, you want to hold on to those traditions, but you're also ready for what's next. Don't forget to check out Fencing Family on Etsy. They've got some awesome fencing-themed apparel and accessories.
Yeah, stuff you can wear on and off the piste.
Show your love for the sport. So head over to fencingfamily.etsy.com.
And take a look.
We'll leave you with that thought.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI and fencing.
And keep those blades sharp.